there's 85 million people in the United States that have a dietary preference. 33 million.
85 million.
85 million
Wow.
people. 33 million people have a food allergen.
Welcome to Digital Hospitality. I'm your host, Shawn Walchef. This is a Cali BBQ Media production coming to you from Food on Demand in Dallas. Our goal with this show, when we started in 2017 as a restaurant owner, was to stay curious, to create a platform where I went out, found the best founders, the best hospitality professionals, the best technologists, and the best storytellers to ask them questions so that selfishly I could grow, but now we have a community. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Food on Demand has been an incredible show. I have Lucy Logan. She is the co-founder and president of EveryBite.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
I am so grateful that we get opportunities to go and do this because there's a lot of owners, operators that can't get outside of their businesses. They're running their businesses. We put on this show to share what people are building. Can you share a little bit about the journey? What's the problem that you guys are solving?
So I think the problem that we're solving, and it's really become more prevalent now, is the personalized dining experience.
Yes.
And so we solve it by taking restaurants' menus, and then we unlock the ingredients, the nutrition, the allergen data, and then we turn around and give another menu back to the restaurant. So a guest can say, I'm gluten intolerant, so I need to find menu items that are gluten-free. They click a button, the whole menu reorganizes, and then creates a list of dishes, side dishes, upsells, modifiers that specifically match that particular dietary criteria. And so we've traditionally, over the years, I've been in the industry for 19 years doing nutrition analysis services for restaurants. We've always put that data in a PDF, and it's always been in the bottom footer on the right-hand side of the website gathering dust. But today's guest wants to know what's in their food.
Yeah.
And the transparency and the brand loyalty that comes from just unlocking the ingredient first menu.
Yes.
We're just seeing incredible benefits for brand and for the consumer.
So can you tell us about the laws that have been passed that people should be aware about, but still awareness is not where it needs to be?
Yeah, so I actually just did a big roundup flying here yesterday. We're based in California. There's SB 68, which is the first statewide allergen bill. It goes live July 1st. And then there are 13 other industry-specific enacted legislations all around providing the top 9 allergens to your guest.
Wow.
And a more recent one just got passed where if a guest calls in to do maybe a takeout or a third-party delivery, and they say, I need you to remove croutons from the chicken Caesar salad, I can't have wheat, you then have to put a sticker on that box.
Wow.
I know, to say, we've heard your adjustment on the modifier, and then this is a gluten-free salad. And I think, there's 85 million people in the United States that have a dietary preference. 33 million.
85 million.
85 million
Wow.
people. 33 million people have a food allergen.
Wow, really?
And so for us, we kind of say, yes, there's a compliance piece to it. There's an obligation.
Yeah.
But there's an actual opportunity by unlocking that data that you have to do to comply to these laws. Let's just kind of put it guest first, meet them where they are. And 85 million people need this information.
Don't we have an obligation in the hospitality business to do these kinds of things?
I think so. I feel because I've been in the sort of the compliance side of it for so long, when the menu labeling laws first started being passed in 2014, 15, and 16, the industry and the associations that were kind of going against the bills did a great job of saying they're going to cost you $40,000 to $80,000 a year. You're going to have to get your food lab analyzed. You're going to have to do it 3 times. Everyone's going to see calories and just order a side salad.
Yeah.
I have yet, and I've been in the industry for almost 2 decades, to see any report or survey or result that says this information's bad. So I think there's an obligation, to meet your guest where they are.
Yeah.
And to be transparent. But I think the industry's always been nervous to do that because they've been sort of force-fed that it's a bad for business mentality because it's just a regulation.
How do we inform the owners, operators that don't know especially for third-party delivery, like you said, modifications. And I have a family, I have my daughter, my son, my wife, we all order things. A lot of the times on those third-party apps, modifications aren't allowed for throughput.
Yeah.
How are people going to get educated?
So third-party delivery apps, they're currently right now void of any of the regulations. A lot of the times our brands will say, do you have the ability for us to take the data that we've given them on the EveryBite platform and then sort of feed that into the third-party apps? We do, because we have an API. So they can do sort of a single source of truth with us. We're the sort of, we filter the water at the dam versus going sort of household by household tap. So there's some ways of getting it out there. But the third-party delivery apps do not have to comply to any of it.
Interesting.
I know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about the customers that you're currently working with.
So we can do, really you can have one location or 1,000 locations. Typically our kind of sweet spot is around 75 to 200.
Okay.
That's typically when we know that they'll have multiple digital guest facing channels.
Yes.
Where currently right now a brand is hand typing in or checking off the box for allergens in their mobile app, and then they're doing it on their website, and then they're doing it on their kiosk. And so we definitely see the shift of operational efficiency moving more towards an API at around that, maybe even more than 75, maybe 100 locations. But then we've got emerging brands. Honeygrow is one of our customers.
Honeygrow is awesome.
They're
brand.
amazing.
I've had them on our podcast.
Love them. And we partnered with Olo in November to do the ordering integration. So now a guest can go to Honeygrow. They can click on Show Me Nutrition and Allergen info. Opens up to our technology, which is now baked in with Olo ordering. So the guest can go search, discover, and purchase all in that one session. It's great for Honeygrow because they get the first-party data. It speeds up marketing, segmentation. There's no point of sending a buy one, get one free, meat lovers pizza to a vegetarian.
Yes.
So, but ultimately, the regulations all start at 20 or more locations.
20 or more locations. Are there any other states besides California that are passing these laws?
New York, and then it goes to Massachusetts, New Jersey, a handful of others that are on my LinkedIn post that I just did. But it just shows the speed of which the dining landscape is changing. It took years to get the calorie labeling bill under one federal. There were probably 14 different mushroomed up bills over those 2 to 3 years until that became part of the menu labeling in the federal requirement. But these allergen bills were signed in October, and the California one goes live July 1st. I mean, that's super quick for our industry. I've never seen legislation pass so quickly and then have the requirement deadline be less than 12 months.
Yeah. Why are you so passionate about this?
I must be insane because it's a tough industry. I think for me,
the tech or the restaurants or both. Because we live at the intersection of all of it.
Yeah, a little bit of both. I think the thing is that the industry has just been, I keep being told not to say this term, but frog-wired, that nutrition and allergen and all of that ingredient first data is not good for business. Or it's just a compliance piece. And I'm always over here going, absolutely not. If you have a food allergen, you spend 24% more eating away from home. You sign up to loyalty programs at 42% more than a traditional diner. You interact with the menu. I think it's like 3.8 times more if you can access this ingredient first way. Like all the benefits are there. And so I think it's a sort of, I'm falling on my sword of saying you have this data already, restaurants, just present it in a different way and it unlocks massive personalization. So I do it because when our brands turn on their smart menus, they see increase in first-party data. They see increase in loyalty signups. Guests will email in and go, thank you for being transparent. And then we're going to come back to you next week because my daughter has a food allergen. I mean, that's 1 in 10 people in the United States.
How does it show up in places that aren't restaurants, hotels, airports, stadiums?
There are other solutions that do that. They typically would just have it as a poster.
Okay.
That's definitely something that we're thinking about, but I think I've always made my home in the restaurant space, and I want to kind of build the strong foundation here. So I think we'll predominantly stay in the restaurant space. There's definitely what we call a captive market, which is going to be the cruise ships, the Disneys, the Legolands, Universal Studios, where you're probably getting 20 to 30 million people annually coming. So, I mean, that's almost the entire population of people with food allergies going every year. But I think restaurants are, I think guests really want to eat out. They want to go to the restaurant. They want to go to the menu and see what they have that suits their preference. And if we can unlock it in a far quicker way. And I liken it a lot to e-commerce. I mean, if I go to my Amazon homepage, it's got everything that's curated to my recent searches.
So
that's what our menu does. And we have these e-commerce tools that we as consumers are used to. We can bring that to the menu because ultimately it is the shopping experience based off of filters, be it nutrition, ingredient, or allergen data.
You guys went through a rebrand, is that correct?
We did.
Why?
I think we were known more so as a nutrition analysis platform and less about a personalized exploration platform where we help our brands personalize the menu to drive all the benefits that, we're talking about. So we were conscious that we would get pigeonholed into a compliance and a software that just met one small part of the need.
Why do you come to conferences like this, Food on Demand?
I'm very fortunate. I get to speak in, I think, 20, 30 minutes with Olo. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So I'm on So let's be honest,
we got
that
you
was a big piece.
pre-stage. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fantastic.
But no, with Noodles & Co. and then Devon from Olo, we're talking about the power of personalized menus and the experience of offering that sort of ingredient first way of shopping online on your menu. So that was kind of the first thing. And, Food on Demand, I think, is that great kind of intersection of what we're doing with food and then trying to layer that into technology and vice versa. There's so many trade shows and so many conferences to go to. So picking the ones that we think our message resonates best with the audience, and FODC was one of them.
Amazing. If people want to learn more, connect, where do they go? EveryBite.com. There's lots of contacts, and you can download white papers on all of the updated allergens. Find me on LinkedIn. Just Lucy Logan. There might be another Lucy Logan, which someone just told me about, and who happens to also be British. And she's an actress in a really dodgy show. We do not look like each other, but just if you find that one, you want just Lucy Logan from EveryBite. Fantastic. But if you guys are watching, if you're listening, we do a live show every Wednesday, every Friday. It's called Rising Tides Live. If you're an owner, operator, if you're a storyteller, if you believe in technology, that show is for you. We want you to be a guest. We want you to be a host. Go to betheshow.media/Rising Tides. Lucy, thank you so much for taking the time before your speech. We appreciate that. You can find me. I'm weirdly available. Instagram and LinkedIn are the fastest. Shawn P. Walchef. As always, stay curious, get involved, and don't be afraid to ask for help. We'll catch you guys next episode. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you've made it this long, you are part of the community. You're part of the tribe. We can't do this alone. We started, no one was listening. Now we have a community of digital hospitality leaders all over the globe. Please check out our new series called Restaurant Technology Substack. It's a Substack newsletter. It's free. It's some of our deep work on the best technology for restaurants. Also, go to YouTube and subscribe to Cali Barbecue Media. Cali BBQ Media on YouTube. We've been putting out a lot of new original content. Hopefully you guys like that content. If you want to work with us, go to betheshow.media. We show up all over the United States, some international countries. We would love to work with you and your growing brand on digital storytelling. You can reach out to me anytime at Shawn P. Walchef on Instagram. I'm weirdly available. Stay curious, get involved, and don't be afraid to ask for help. We'll catch you next episode.